Alright, Section 3, Schedule. Scheduling factors. Scheduling is a planning movement of the bulk petroleum product with the pipeline base terminal, the intermediate terminal, the pipeline head terminal, the before product with the schedule of the movement with the chief dispatcher must determine when and where the specific product will be required, how much storage space is available, how much often, how long it will take for the product to reach the destination after it has been started, how long through the pipeline, past security, best way to determine the daily requirements throughout the pipeline system of factors in mind that each disaster per air's consumption and graphs show projected consumption delivery under the supervision of the chief dispatcher schedule distribution section per monthly pipeline schedule and the daily pumping schedule. Consumption graph. The chief dispatcher keep the consumption graph of each of the product handle, with each of the storage point, with each of the terminal keep the similar graph of the large volume user of the graph's valuable showing percent of the future stock with the storage position show the trend and consumption should increase with the decrease of the consumption is quickly recognized that can be reflected in schedule. Consumption graph will show the total bearers and aim of the given product each of the terminal storage locations. Some of the graphs should not be prepared or each tank. Figure 9.1 is the consumption graph of the diesel. Information on the graph is below storage capacity of the product, thousands of the barrel. Vertical axis blotted against time of the monthly intervals. So the daily is figured as 1 minute after 0 hours. Of one day to 1 after 100 hours next day. Allowance of vapor space of the 5% of the total storage capacity reflected at the top. This is a graph. Safety valve is shown at the bottom. The safety valve normally determine the third level of the based on collective data. Calculated issue received is shown with the broken line. Actual issue receipts are shown by the solid line. All receipts shown on the vertical line. End of the day, daily issue, local customer pipeline issue shown on the same graph. Allowances must be made with 10 cleaning repairs, reduced storage capacity, subtracted the total capacity. Difference in stock on hand day to day show the rate of the consumption, average consumption rate, past experience view of the plan future and issues based on the projected consumption rate. System must be replenished by pipeline. Shows consumption graph. Alright, monthly pipeline schedule. The monthly pipeline schedule shown in figure 9.2 of the page 9.8. Those show the program movement of the product through the pipeline product with the required 30-day period determined, then the schedule prepared with the continue. Compute the time of the product with a reach for the destination after it has been started with the pipeline schedule. Merely graph the show of the line capacity in barrels. Distance is plotted again with the time and the hour prepared slopping table. Which can be equipped with the full length of the parallel rule base for the best adjustable cub protractor parallel rules to ensure flow of the plotted correctly information graph is given below. Before the graph is made the number of the hours line with the pumped each day of name speed determine the time shown with the beginning and end of the day given the work day. Chart drawn with the vertical axis showing line fill. Horizontal axis drawn with the showing the time period. The terminal located with the chart with the respective line. Fill distance downstream of the base terminal. The terminal is applied vertical. Each batch is labeled the product batch number, the type of the product with the mark time of the graph, the different color, the distance of the barrel, the drive, provided pumping rates equal to the number of the hours it will take with the given the batch to reach the designated place. The slope of the route of the pipeline line stay constant with therefore intermediate stripping of the pumping rate stays the same. Stripping of all part of one of the more batches taken off of the main pipeline intermediate terminal. When products are taken in the terminal half of the pipeline and shut down with the plotted on monthly pipeline schedule, the dotted line horizontal time axis show the time pipeline shut down, a dotted line with the vertical axis for the portion of the pipeline to be shut down. Second vertical dotted line show the pipeline goes back on steam. Should now be noted schedule with the static condition. Static product of the terminal shown with the same manner with the static condition. Horizontal vertical dotted lines is knotted on block form with the dotted line stripping action of the kitting of taking place. Vertical lines represent the terminal station at the point of the sloping injury that intersect the vertical line schedule arrival times. When all throughput lines have been drawn, the graph represents the scheduled pumping delivery operations for a month. And it shows a picture of your 92 monthly pipeline schedule, or your daily pumping schedule. Daily pumping shown in figure 9.3 uses a basis preparing pumping orders, abbreviated tabular form of the monthly schedule for each of the daily concern of the schedule. Show the change of the emergency needs, usually prepared week in advance of the dispatching section. Can week of the supply of the dispatching section of the daily pumping schedule. Prepare graphic progressive chart and daily pumping order. Section 4, line operations.